Now hang on a second. Fuck is happening there? Yeah, it's I'm trying to understand what's happening because it should be working. The fuck? Um. I'm gonna beat the shit out of it if it doesn't boot up. The fuck? Dude, every time. Every single time. We just can't start a stream without some form of technical difficulties. It just has to fucking happen. Like, let me see if. No, it's just OBS is like not recognizing it at all. Let me. Hmm. Really? Really? That's okay. That's all it took? Cool. Okay, so the fix effectively was to just go into the properties, select one of the virtual cameras OBS has by default, and then reselect my camera. That fixed it. Computers and witchcraft are the same thing. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Nobody. I refuse any other explanation. That's just my final stand on that. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another V-Rising stream. This is going to be the last one, because finally, I'm going to be able to actually showcase the endgame stuff of the full release. So you're going to get to see the endgame bosses, the 3 endgame bosses, the more important ones. And I'm going to show you legendary weaponry. I'm going to show you the endgame version of that constant world event that I showed last time. The one where the cultists are summoning vampires and demons and whatnot. I showed you the low level version because that's all I could do at the time. Yeah, it should be having main menu music, I'm gonna be honest. It's just not doing it. Maybe it's building up slowly. Sometimes it does do that. Sometimes it's just very quiet and then it just builds up in the main menu. See? Yeah, we had to talk it. We had to complain for it to like, oh shit, I gotta do it now. Fuck. OBS is still being a bitch and not. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, it's noticing it. It's hearing it now. But yeah, it was just slow on the build up. It was waking up. Yeah, every time I alt tab, it shuts itself up because I don't have the game running sound in the background, and I alt tab to OBS just to make sure that was fine. That's why it went quiet again. But now it should be fine again. But yeah, I showed you the low level version of that public event. This time I'm going to show you the high level version. It's not too different, really. I actually kind of expected it to be a bit more different than it is, but I like it regardless. It's a fun thing to do that you can always constantly do throughout the let me activate this just in case. That you can do whenever you're just in the world and you're bored. So I don't know why it doesn't save the fucking password. It really should, but it doesn't. It's annoying. Anyway, host game. Oh, dude, yeah, you got a badass in town now. I'm max level. I don't think you can get any... Actually, you can. But it's not like a permanent thing. Because if you have a strong enough blood type, like that, if you suck the blood of a high purity enemy, a lot of the blood types, when you have high purity on them, give you an extra level. So I think the level cap, with that into account, is like 92. But without counting the blood type buff, it's just 91. Pretty sure that's the max you can get. And I am at 91 at this point. Dracula just tickles me now. Which wasn't the case the first time I fought him. The first time I fought him, he beat my ass. I beat the game with my girlfriend, Pokey. And Dracula has an interesting design difficulty mechanic where if you're fighting him solo, he has a specific spell that he doesn't do. But if you're fighting him with more than one person, so it scales up with how many players you have in the session fighting him. If you're fighting him with more than one person, he will get this new spell added to his moveset where he inflicts a curse on the players, and basically it gives you a countdown above your head, and if that gets to 0, I don't remember if he insta-kills you, or if he just puts you at 1 HP, and then at that point he can sneeze on you and you're dead anyway. But it introduces this whole new mechanic of he inflicts the curse on you, the debuff, and there's a way during the fight to remove the debuff. I think you have to break some crystals to make it go away. So it adds a new layer of complexity to the fight. And when I beat him with my girlfriend, we took a few tries. We took a few tries. It was tough because he gets tankier. He gets that new mechanic with the spell, and he does more damage just in general. So it was funny. But now after beating him and leveling up to the max, I can solo Dracula just for fun. It's still a semi-difficult fight. If I'm not careful, he will kick my ass. But it's not as terrifying anymore. Yeah, he's like, one person? Whatever. 2 people or more? Now I gotta show off. Now I gotta, like, bring out the big guns and show how, big my vampire pee-pee is. And trust me, he doesn't need to compensate for anything. Or maybe he does. Maybe that's why his castle is so fucking big. And his throne. You're gonna see that, because when you defeat Dracula, you get a craftable version of his throne, called the Throne of Shadows, or whatever the fuck, or the Shadow Throne, something like that. And it's like, if you guys think that the normal throne that I've already showed before is impressive, the Throne of Shadows is like 5 times bigger than that. It was hard to make it fit in my castle. Like, the throne room cannot have anything above the part where the throne is, but that's for the normal throne as well. Just in height, you can't build anything on top of the specific, like, squares of the grid that the throne occupies. You can build above if you're building above but in front of the throne, but you can't build on top of it. But the normal throne takes up like 1 square or 2 tops. The Throne of Shadows takes up like an area of fucking 9 squares. Well, an area, like, let's say each square is 1 meter. It's not, but let's say it's 1 meter. The Shadow Throne takes up like 9 square meters, so it's like 3 squares by 3 squares. It's fucking ridiculous. All right.
I am ready for a new day.
And we're in. This is my updated look after beating the shit out of Dracula. Peep the new drip. This is the armor you get after fighting Dracula. Honestly, he has more than enough room to have like 2 orgies going on simultaneously on top of the throne. You'll see when I get there. But, yeah, this is my throne room. Wait, whose coffin is this? Oh, it's my girlfriend's character, right. We didn't beat him in my world. We beat him in her world. But I had her play with me, I think, in my world once or twice. Yeah, this is just money. I'm gonna just put my coins in. Why the fuck am I so full of shit in my inventory? What the fuck did I do? Or not do, in fact. Oh yeah, the soul shard of Dracula. This is an amulet you get from defeating Dracula, obviously. And yeah, it gives you a whole ass new ultimate ability. Like if I take it off, my ultimate is this, the Crimson Beam, which I think I used it last time. It's like a fucking red energy, well, blood energy beam that you just shoot out of your hand. But if you equip it,
Yes, I will embrace this power.
you get the Bloodstorm, which is an attack that Dracula himself uses during the boss fight. You get it for yourself, and it's pretty strong. Obviously not as strong as Dracula's actual version, because that's just how it usually goes with you getting the boss's abilities. But hey. Also, peep the legendary greatsword. It's called the Apocalypse, and it does fire damage. And the aerial attack, the E, now has a fire shockwave when you land. It's pretty cool. I might have to reduce graphics just a little bit, because I noticed that it's stuttering a bit because of streaming. Oh yeah. Yeah, shit gets biblical in this game. Very quickly, too. I'll put it at medium. Maybe it'll stop stuttering as much. Alright. So I have... Oh, so you guys like my little chess playing location? I play against myself in the mirror because nobody else lives in this fucking castle. Also, I'm the black pieces, so white moves first in traditional chess rules. So sometimes I sit here for a long time and nothing happens. I don't know what's up with that, but you know, not gonna ask. Oh, dude. Why'd you have to talk about Infamous? You have any idea how much pain remembering that franchise gives me? It's bittersweet, okay? Sure, it's bittersweet, because Infamous 1 was amazing. Infamous 2 was even better. I played those two games so many goddamn times, start to finish. Good runs, bad runs. Neutral. You can't really be neutral in the Infamous games, but you can, like, be good with some bad choices and be bad with some good choices. I did every fucking possible combination of karmic combos you can get in those games. I did them. And then fucking Second Son comes out and it just shits all over everything. Because the powers are boring. First of all, biggest sin that game commits, the powers are boring. They're cool in concept, but then in terms of execution, in terms of gameplay, you have like 3 different power sets that behave the exact same way between themselves. They just have different particle effects. The smoke, neon, and digital, or whatever the fuck it was called, hologram powers, all behave the exact same way. There's no difference between them other than visuals. Meanwhile, Infamous 2 had traditional lightning. You had the black tar / fire powers, which had completely different power sets on top of, like, turning certain lightning powers into a fire variant. You had actual original powers, like the flying ability, which, if you had enough energy, you could just spam it and actually fly across town for a while before you had to land. But it was meant to be used as a sort of offensive dash. You'd fly into enemies and explode on them. That sounded kind of kinky. That was not my point. You had the monster summoning abilities correlated to the black tar. You just summon these little fucking... these little black tar tentacles that spat out tiny little beetle-looking monsters that would follow you around and attack enemies. Then in the ice powers, you had same thing. You had some powers that would just turn the lightning power into an ice variant, like the ice missile, or the ice grenades. But then you had unique powers like the the ice pillar for mobility. It just launched you into the air. You had the iceberg ultimate, so to speak, where you just created a massive field of ice in front of you and just froze every enemy that was in the vicinity. It was one of the best powers in that game. Oh, that's cool. Thankfully, in Infamous, you didn't really need water around you to summon the ice, but I do remember the game had elemental-like reactions. Like, if an enemy was sending in a puddle of water and you shot a lightning beam at the puddle, didn't even have to hit the enemy himself, just at the puddle, it would electrocute him immediately and stun him. And if you threw one of the ice powers at the puddle as well, it would just instantly freeze him, even if it didn't hit the enemy directly. You had the fucking ice column to launch you. You had a really powerful ice ultimate. There was something else. There was another ice power that was really cool. But then Second Son, it's like everything you have in the smoke power, you have in the neon power. Again, they just look different. And then if the third power, the digital power, where you create like holographic projections that you can actually harm people with, they're like hard light constructs. Honestly, another issue I have with those powers is that what the fuck is the difference between neon and the hard light power? You're just creating beams of light and constructing them in different ways, but you need two different sources to use them, because one of them pulls like digital constructs and images from fucking TVs and shit. I remember the character that gives you that power in Second Son is a computer nerd that just uses his power to summon creatures from the games that he plays, and when you get the power, you can kind of summon the same things, and even summon some original creations of your own. And then, but at that point, you're literally using photons offensively, making them have weight and added matter somehow. It's basically plasma. So neon is literally the same thing, because you're using light to actually damage and affect the environment. So it's light with added mass. It's basically plasma. What's the difference between these two? None. There's very... in concept, in the way that they function, there's none. They just look different. At least the smoke power is fundamentally different at its base as well. Even though moveset-wise and abilities, it's the exact same as the other two, you know, it's smoke. It has different applications than neon and the digital one. And, you know, creating light as an attack form in two different ways is completely different from using smoke and embers to attack, which is the smoke power. And then you have the concrete power you get at the end, spoilers, after you kill the final boss, which also that one actually has a couple of interesting original bits to it. Like, you can create this concrete armor around you that makes you move slower, but you just smack the shit out of people. I thought the exact same thing. It's like, why smoke? I guess they thought that, you know, fire powers are super overdone in media, and it's not wrong. But there's so much fun stuff you can do with fire powers if you think about it the right way and if you apply it the right way. Like, half the shit you do with neon, you could easily have just made it a fire ability. Like, with neon you have that ability where you shoot like a super high concentrated beam of plasma effectively. Dude, just make that a fire ability, like a beam of blue fire that just burns super hot, so that's why it turns blue. Like it's a gas fire instead of a oxygen fire. But whatever. I've been standing here for way too long just ranting about Infamous. Because every time I think about those games, first I feel sad that my PS3 is broken so I can't play them. The first and the second one, because I would still play those two games today if I still had the way to. And then I get sad times two because I remember that Second Son exists and I'm like, ugh! Okay, so, first of all, my throne room's gotten some renovations since last time. It's a banquet hall now, on top of a throne room. And this is what I meant. This is Throne of Darkness. That's what it's called. My rents are typically like oxygen fires. Dude, same mode. This is the Throne of Darkness. This thing is massive. I don't know how it doesn't clip through the fucking ceiling and show up on the other side. Sadly, it's purely decorative. Like, you sit on it, you look cool as fuck, but it doesn't have the same function as the normal throne which is controlling your servants and sending them out on missions. Because of that, the workaround I found was to make, the Throne of Darkness be the main throne. It's sitting here, it looks cool as fuck. And then if I want to actually command my servants, the normal throne is sitting here, behind it. And I can actually command my servants. And they're actually available for me to send them on stuff. But I don't really need anything, so I'm just gonna let them be. Party in the front, business in the back, I guess you could say. This is the throne I use to show off for the guests that I don't have. And then this is the throne, the one back here is the throne I use to do, actual administration bullshit. Also, notice how I have the little dinosaur fireball cannons side by side. It's my throne's defense system. Sadly, these are also just purely decorative. It would be very funny if they actually were a castle defense, though. But either the folks at Sunlock didn't think about it, or if they did, they just figured it wasn't worth the effort or time to program a whole new defense mechanism for castle invasions. So they just made it, a decoration. And they didn't want to, they probably didn't want to lock a new type of castle defense behind the paywall that is the Castlevania cosmetic DLC. And that's perfectly understandable. I love them for this kind of thing. None of the DLCs that the game has affect gameplay in any way. They're 100% cosmetics. So they didn't want to, like, make these functional and then be like, oh, but in order to have them, you gotta buy the Castlevania DLC pack. Oopsie. Speaking of which, do I have any of the Castlevania paintings? Oh, that's another thing I'm gonna show you. The fight against Simon Belmont, because I didn't get to fight him last time I showed you V-Rising. Yeah, they could have added, like, little turrets as a new defense system normally, like, to the game, and then just make it so that these things would replace them if you had the Castlevania pack. Like, not by default, obviously, just you'd have imagine you'd go to a castle, you'd go to production, dominance, and it would show here somewhere, like, defense turrets. And then when you clicked on them, you'd have a chance to build either the default normal ones or the Bone Boys from the Castlevania pack. Who knows? They might actually do that in the future still. They say that they still want to, like, add stuff to the game. So, we'll see what they do. But yeah, that's the Throne of Darkness you get after defeating Dracula. Thing's fucking massive. That's why my living quarters up here are so fucking small. Because I can't... See? Look, my functional throne is back here. 1 square. Okay, it's not 9. It's 6 squares, but still. This is the functional throne, occupying this 1 square here. And the Throne of Darkness is occupying these 6 squares, just by existing. I can't build anything here. Otherwise, they don't fit. That's why my living quarters are, like, kind of U-shaped, and it's just a small area. Not that I need much more than this. This is fine, as far as I'm concerned. Close that. Also, yeah, look, we got the Symphony of the Night Alucard painting, but V-Rising version. Looks very cool. Oh, going up again, like a dumbass. Let me go on down again. Hi, Renfield. Bye, Renfield. I've gotten everything, of course. Of course I have. What the fuck? Am I stupid? Don't answer that. Let me just get rid of the shit I have in my inventory so that I don't have to deal with just doing things, being, out there fighting. And my character's like, oh, my inventory's full, I can't carry anything. Like, I know, I'm sorry, I forgot to dump all the crap. Fuck you, I guess. And are these even salvageable? They're not. You are, but no point. servers. There it is. Exactly. Exactly. Although, technically, the castle floor height limit is 6 floors. And that's the max the game lets you put if you go into, like, the options of the server itself. But if you find the config file, which is, I think, a JSON file, in the game's data folder, and you find the correct one for the specific castle of the specific save file you're editing, you can make it taller. The devs just advise you to, you know, be careful with that because it can bug out and break stuff, but it is perfectly possible. I'm pretty sure I've put in 20 floors as a floor limit once before. Shit was fucking clipping through the skybox. It was very funny. What I wanted to see, though, is that... okay, I can't change it in-game. I have to leave. Yeah, because they added a new setting that even if that allows you to toggle the ability to use bat form, even if you're using soul if you're wearing or have a soul shard in your inventory. Because soul shards, by default, this can all be changed as you create a level, as you create a world or a server. But soul shards by default are unique. Dracula drops one. Adam, the Frankenstein's monster, drops another one. The leader of the paladins, I forgot his name now. Hold on. Whoop! Where is he? Solaris, yeah. Solaris the Immaculate drops another, and Talzur the Winged Horror drops another. There's 4 soul shards in the world, and by default, they are unique. So, in PvP servers, for example, whoever kills any of those bosses first gets their soul shard, and if other players want that soul shard, they gotta find the player and raid their castle and beat that player and take the soul shard from them. So, it's a very powerful, unique item. So, it limits... You can have it limiting using teleporters, using bat form, and... I think that's it, actually. You can still ride a horse, you can still transform into a wolf, but the 2 quickest ways of travel are bat form and teleporters. And you can have in the settings that if you're wearing a soul shard, or you have it in your inventory at the very least, you cannot use those 2 things. The option to allow you to teleport was already in the game at the time of the 1.0 update, but recently they added the option of toggling the ability to use bat form even if you have a soul shard on you. For servers like my world, for example, which is just a private single-player world with no PvP, really, and it basically only me and friends that I allow in play here. So, there's not really much point in balancing the soul shards and having this be a whole competition thing. So I don't need to be limited to what I can do, and I was looking for that option to allow myself to use bat form, but I guess I gotta toggle it before loading into the game. I gotta leave and go back in. Maybe I'll do that in a bit, but for now, okay. First things first. First order of business. The rifts that are happening are low level, so fuck it. We're not doing that. So while we wait for the rifts of level 2 to show up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go hunt down Simon Pot, kill him again, so I can show you how he fights and how fun it is. Oh, exactly. But there's also another setting when you're making a server that lets you change if soul shards stay at their default and are unique, or if they're plentiful and, like, every time you defeat a boss that has a soul shard, they'll drop a copy of it. Honestly, I don't remember what setting I have in this world of mine. If I have it as unique or plentiful. I might have it as plentiful. Even though I play on this world mostly by myself, I might have put it on plentiful. But most PvP servers have them on unique, so that, you know. Sure, it's like being first place in Mario Kart. Sure, you're in first place, you're probably gonna win, but there might be a blue shell coming for your ass back there. So, if you're playing in a PvP server and you manage to level up enough and fend off other players well enough and keep your castle going and progressing, and you go and defeat a boss that has a soul shard like Dracula or the Winged Horror or Adam, sure, you're now super fucking powerful stat-wise and ability-wise because each soul shard gives you a different ultimate ability when you have it equipped that is based on an ability that the boss that drops it uses, but you now have a massive target on your back because if players have the... what is it called? If players have the... the Eye of Twilight in their castles, they can see where soul shards are. See here? The soul shard... oh wait, no, this is not my girlfriend's character. This is a character of a friend of mine. And he tends to main necromancy, so I gave him the soul... I gave him Solaris' soul shard, because it gives a really strong necromancy ult. Oh, hi, Sean! This is Sean's character, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, this is his character. That's why I gave him the soul shard of Solaris, because he usually goes for necromancy. And soul shard of Solaris gives you the strongest necromancy ult. And as you can see, I have the soul shard of the Winged Horror stashed here, next to our horses. And I have the soul shard of the monster, which is Adam's soul shard, here. And then Dracula's soul shard, you can't see it because there's a bunch of icons overlapping it, but it's on me. So again, if a player has the Eye of Twilight in their castle, they can see where the soul shards are. So you have an instant target on your back if you have a soul shard on you. So, you know. Big buff. But you're now vulnerable to getting ganked by other players in a PvP server. But yeah, let's fucking go find Simon and beat his ass. Also, you notice how Simon is the only boss here that like doesn't have a level to him. Like all the other bosses have a level that they're at, which is the level the game recommends you be before you go fight them. Simon doesn't. He just has question marks. The reason for that is because Simon scales with player level. The stronger you are, the stronger Simon gets. But he does have a cap. I think he hits like 80 something, and he stops scaling any higher than that. I think it's 85. If you go fight Simon at like level 88, he will still be scaled to level 85. I think that's the cap. It's 80 something. So at 91, he's gonna be not having a good time fighting me. But, skill issue. Okay, wait, hold on. Game says he is northeast, very far away. Northeast, very far away. That could be either here, near Dracula's castle, or it could be here somewhere. So I'm gonna TP here. See where we get him. Nearby, yeah, he's around here. He's very much around here. Wolf form. Yes, I'm using the normal wolf form because the white wolf with the sword really only fits if you're cosplaying Alucard, or if you're a vampire, has that sort of like edgy but brighter colors aesthetic. Like Alucard is all, his color scheme is all like black, gold, pale yellow, white details. And if your vampire has a sort of that sort of aesthetic theme going for them, the white wolf fits very well. But me, dude, I'm all black and red. The white wolf does not match. And there he is, Simon Belmont, the vampire hunter. Hey, Simon. Gun.
I will show you the might of the House Belmont. Witness the precision of a Belmont blade.
Ow, ow, ow. Fucking throwing daggers.
Monster can escape a Belmont's justice. Knight trembles under a Belmont's might.
Whoa. Faster.
Prepare for your end.
My end? Dude, you're like half HP and you barely touched me.
My wit is a torch that lights the path to your demise.
gonna be cheeky.
Destroy
Gonna
the
be cheeky.
enemies of good.
It's gonna be dangerous for me, but it's gonna be funny. Well, first I'm gonna kill this guy.
My light will engulf the darkness.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about the... Yeah, the bending cross. I'm safe here. Am I? I'm not. Okay. I'm gonna use a whip on him. I'm gonna fuck him up with his own weapon of choice. Come on. Stop that shit. It hurts.
Behold the might of the Belmont bloodline.
You mean the ability to use slaves? Slaves.
I've got you in my
Jesus.
clutches,
The
monster.
ability to use a whip? See, my brain just fast-forwarded that joke. I was gonna say, what, the ability to use a whip? Basically, every white person in the 15th century. But my brain just went, haha, slavery. And skipped the entire fucking progression of the joke directly to the implied punchline. So I ruined it for myself. And for you guys. I'm so sorry.
No monster can escape a Belmont's justice.
Sure about that? Because I've already killed you like 3 times in the last, like, month.
Have at you.
See? I killed you with your own weapon of choice. What's your excuse there?
Vampire hunters.
Fuck you, Simon.
New knowledge acquired.
Sanguine, I'm not gonna pick that up because I already have that. Craving Wish. Let's see if that's actually decent. Bounces towards an additional target after first hit, dealing increased damage by. No, the one I have is better. This is poo poo. But yeah, that's honestly, they recreated the Belmont. On the battlefield, no. In duels, yes. It wasn't super, you know. It wasn't a main weapon. It was a sidearm at best in the few situations that we do have records of whips being used in combat. It was like you'd have a sword in your main hand and the whip on your offhand. And you could use it to, like, take cracks at your opponent to, you know. Because if you're in a duel, usually you're not wearing plate or chainmail even. You're just maybe wearing a thick gambeson, which is just cloth and wool. Very thick wool, but it's just clothes. Maybe you'd have a chainmail vest underneath the gambeson, but you wouldn't be super protected anywhere else. So someone good enough with a whip could fuck your day up. Just fucking smack you in the head, give you a gash, or the cheek, or even just whip you on the hand, make you drop your sword. You're instantly defeated. And if they were really fucking Indiana Jones good with it, they could just disarm you. Sup, Metzi? They could just disarm you by, you know, throwing the whip at your weapon, wrapping it, and pulling. And if they were strong enough and had good technique, they could do that. But aside from a few rare instances in duels where someone was clearly just trying to show off, no, whips in combat were not a thing. At all. Just maybe a couple duels here and there, and that's it. Oh, dude. I'm gonna have to cheat. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna have to cheat. Because I just remembered that there's a legendary weapon that I haven't acquired yet. Because legendary weapons are extremely fucking rare and hard to drop. I'm lucky to have these two. First of all, there's only one legendary weapon per weapon type. There's only one legendary greatsword. It's this one, the Apocalypse. There's only one legendary type of guns, the Endbringers. That's this. The only weapon type that has more than one legendary weapon to it are the slashers, the 2 dual blades. There's 2 legendary slashers, but that's it. Every other weapon type only has one legendary equivalent. And the legendary equivalent for the whip is the whip. History did indeed record that. I don't remember exactly when now, but I am fairly certain it was during the Victorian Age in England. Because the Victorian Age was not just, you know, where a lot of goth fashion was born, but it was a weird time of... You know how the Roman Empire had that weird period where they were, like, at their height economically and socially? So everybody just started, like, getting super degenerate. It was all just fucking alcohol and depravity. Britain went through a similar phase during the mid to late 19th century, during the Victorian Age, and I'm pretty sure that's when whips started being used recreationally, so to speak. It was around that time. Maybe a little bit earlier, but it was around that time, either 19th or 18th century. So history did, in fact, record that. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong now that I think about it. The Romans might have actually used it all those years ago. But I think that the modern, like, iteration of, you know, BDSM and stuff has its roots in the Victorian Age with England and the fucking weird-ass time that it was for them back then. But dominance and using tools like whips and stuff might actually date way, way back, now that I think about it. Yeah, we all deserve that one. I think that was a generalized bonk. Also, yes, the Belmont whip. The legendary whip weapon is the Morning Star. And it's the only legendary weapon that, on top of adding like a specific effect to the attacks of the weapon, like for example the Apocalypse here, makes it so that the Q does more damage to enemies that are already on fire, and it makes it so that the E creates this shockwave, which a normal, like for example, I'll show the difference. This is an artifact greatsword, but it's not the legendary version. It's just the normal one. This one, the Q is just a dash, and the E... Oh, wait a minute. I think that's bugged. This is not supposed to happen. This is not supposed to have the fire shockwave. Especially considering the element this thing has is illusion. It inflicts weaken. I think it might be bugging out, and because I have the Apocalypse in my inventory, it's copying its properties when it shouldn't. Let me try again. Yeah, see? Yeah, okay. That's the normal moveset. But the Apocalypse, as you've seen, has those stat differences, and the E, oops, does the flaming shockwave. Actually, let me... Does this... It opens a browser. It opens a browser. Okay, I'll do it after the stream then. Because I'm not sure they're aware of this bug. I had never seen it before until just now. So... But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna cheat. Okay? Because I really want to show you the Morning Star, and I personally haven't used it yet, myself. Because this is my main world, and if I don't have it here, I don't have it. But I do have the console, so I'm gonna do it. I apologize for what you're about to witness, but I'm gonna do it to myself. So first, I give myself admin authorization, and then I go give Morning Star, not the shattered version. There's no point. I'll just give myself the normal version. Boom. And now we go back to Portuguese keyboard, and the console closes because you can't open it if your keyboard is in Portuguese. You gotta use English keyboard, and then it's the dash next to the 1. So there it is. See, it's the Morning Star. Let me check this thing out. It's 5. Look at that beaut. Okay, so yeah, it has Yeah, it has a unique effect to it. Whereas the Apocalypse inflicts ignite and does, chaos damage, which is like vampire fire, it's like demonic magic. The Morningstar actually does like normal fire damage, like the same type of fire that bandits and other enemies use when they throw arrows at you, for example. And it does do more damage against vampires than just undead and other creatures in general. And it's the only legendary weapon to have that sort of like double special perk instead of just one. It's also a lot faster than any other whip in the game. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something I've been wanting to do since the update came out. I'm gonna beat Dracula using the Morningstar. I haven't done it yet. I've always used just my main combo of sword and gun. But for the stream, when I get there, I'm gonna beat Dracula with a fucking whip. Gonna play Castlevania here for a second. So, I showed you Simon, and for people that have played Castlevania, or that have watched the streams where I played Castlevania, might have recognized some things that he does, like the throwing daggers, which is one of the sub-weapons you can have in Castlevania. I think I killed him before he got to use the axes, but you know those axes that you get in Castlevania where you yeet them, and they go in an arc against an enemy? Simon uses that too against you. The fucking Holy Cross spinning, that is not originally a Simon ability. Because, I mean, to be fair, in the NES version of the game, Simon didn't really have abilities per se. He just had the whip and then the sub-weapons. But after Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4 that came out for the Super Nintendo Entertainment, the SNES, which is when Castlevania 4 came out for the SNES, and Simon already had more complexity to the way he used his whip and the sub-weapons and stuff like that. I mean, shit, the fucking game had a grappling system for you to traverse for platforming. Like, you'd hold B, and you'd use the arrows, the D-pad, to fling the whip at grapple points, and you'd fucking swing across platforms. And then with Rondo of Blood, which is everybody's favorite, aside from Symphony of the Night, Richter Belmont has a lot of like magical abilities that he can use. A lot of them tied to what sub-weapon he has equipped. Like, he has different special moves per sub-weapon. For example, if you have the holy water on you, I think he does a sort of holy fire explosion around him. If you have the cross, he basically does that fucking laser cross thing that Simon just used against me, so that's where that comes from. And what does Simon also have? Oh, he also has the throwing cross, like the boomerang cross that you also use in Castlevania games as a sub-weapon. He had it on his back, but I think I also killed him before he got to use it. He threw daggers at me, I noticed that. So I love Simon as a boss fight in V-Rising, because the guys over at Stunlock did an amazing job recreating him here and making him fit in their universe. And that's the cool thing. Like, technically, the Belmont family is now canonical in the V-Rising universe. Sure, the events of Castlevania games are probably not all canon to the V-Rising universe, but at least some of them are, because Simon now exists canonically. He came to Vardaran from a different, distant country that is also medieval European in theme, obviously, to hunt down Dracula because he heard that, Dracula was here. And his family, just like in the main canonical Castlevania timeline, the Belmont are monster hunters first and foremost. It just so happens to be that Dracula is the fucking biggest monster there is. So when he was, ready, Simon was sent to Vardaran, or he decided to come by himself, I don't remember exactly, because he heard that Dracula was going to be resurrected, that the cult of Dracula was trying to bring him back. So, being the current living Belmont heir, he went, not on my watch! Except then the player character just goes and says, fuck you, Belmont, get the fuck out of my land. Out of my fucking property. And boom. we kill Simon and then we kill Dracula. But we do it for our own personal gain. We're the top dog vampire in town. The future is now, old man. But yes, I've defeated Simon. Showed you that. These bosses, they're cool, but I'm not gonna waste time just going through all of them. I'm legit gonna beat the final 4 bosses, and that's about it. So let's go for... Let's go for Solaris. He's the closest one to me. Let's go. Bat form. Oh, I guess... Cool. I already did tweak the option. I can use bat form while using a soul shard on myself. Cool. Alright, let's fucking go. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna do a V-Rising 2. I think they're just gonna keep adding to this one. But so far, everything they've added to this game was usually like either stuff that they had planned since the beginning, but hadn't implemented yet because the game was in early access, or it was reworks of stuff that already existed, but they improved and upgraded it. But they have said, they released a dev statement recently where they said that they would want to continue adding to the game and actually add new stuff to it. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if later down the line they decided to try and, you know, hit up Konami again, like, yo, you wanna do like a second part of the Castlevania crossover event thing? And we just have the new Belmont bosses to fight. That'd be cool. I'd be so down for that, you have no idea. I could see you having a podcast. Honestly, I've thought about it, but at the same time, I don't have an audience, and I don't even know what the fuck I would talk about. I don't know if I don't even know who to bring in with. Could be us at UGS, but I don't know. Do I have holy resistance potions on me? Fuck me sideways, I do not. Can I craft any, like, on the fly? Because there's some stuff you can craft on the fly. No. I cannot. Oh, no problem. I mean, I am the writer of the team, and Castlevania is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So if you want me to give you a goddamn 1-hour lecture on Castlevania lore, that can very easily happen. That can happen by accident. Well, yeah, technically, but it would, you know, it's always good to... At least most people I see starting podcasts are people that already have, like, a certain degree of a target audience and the theme. But, I mean, our new video is more of a video essay. Right? It's been a while since I've watched it. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since I've watched it. Unless you're saying new YouTube video as in new future YouTube video idea, because I'd be down. Just the 4 of us together fucking pseudo-podcasting it up. I think we actually discussed that. I would also be very down to do a video essay on Castlevania lore and shit, fucking just lore essays in the general sense. Just Castlevania, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, whatever. Devil May Cry. You know, Roxy and Pixel John, they've known me for a long time. They know how it goes. I can talk for hours on end about any of the game franchises that I enjoy. Final Fantasy, oh god, I can spend so many hours talking about Final Fantasy. Destiny, even, as well. I'm thinking on what to do. That's why I stopped moving, because I can't go fight Solaris without Holy Resist potions on me, because the moment I cross the threshold of the temple, I'm going to get hit with heavy Holy Radiation, and I'm going to die. Eventually. It's a dot, but it's very quick. So... the way you said that, like how those lores connect to each other reminded me of a personal headcanon I have related to Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Bloodborne and Demon Souls, because people always try to connect those games as if they're all like, oh, it's the same world, just in different time periods. That's not. Shut the fuck up. It's not. But I can see a way for them to be in the same universe. And I've come up with a whole headcanon theory surrounding that idea, that Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and Dark Souls all happen in the same universe, but they're all different worlds. But I'm not going to go into more detail here, because otherwise we're going to be here for 3 hours. And I'm just going to find the nearest fucking TP gate, go to my castle, get a potion, and come back. I'm not going to risk it. I'm strong, but I'm not immortal. Which is ironic, because I'm a vampire, but... it's about to get daytime, so I'm just going to have to fucking hurry up. Bat form! Poof! Fucking run! I mean, fly! Simon May Cry. That could be the title of an episode related to just Castlevania lore. Because to be fair, out of all the Belmonts, Simon is easily one of the ones that has suffered the most. Because like most Belmont descendants get to fight Dracula like once, and it's over. They beat his ass. They send him packing. And he stays in hell for another 100 years before anybody can even try resurrecting him again. All's good, right? In those 100 years, there's like 2 generations of Belmonts that are just trained to fight monsters normally. So, you know, like lesser vampires, werewolves, other creatures of the supernatural world, that sort of stuff. But, and then, you know, by the time the 3rd generation Belmont comes around, since the last time Dracula was defeated, Dracula's back, and we gotta do the whole thing again. But Simon, in his lifespan, had to fight Dracula twice. And that's just not fair, man. He fought him once, in Castlevania 1, beat him, you know, rid the world of Dracula's bullshit, like his ancestors have done before him. And then, because Dracula is a very funny individual, he goes, fuck you, Belmont, I'm tired of your family's shit. And he curses Simon. And by cursing Simon, he makes it so that in the 2nd game, in order to rid himself of the curse, Simon has to find the fragments of Dracula's body, because when he killed Dracula had like a sort of failsafe spell in place where upon his death, his body would just like get split into several different parts that would just transport themselves to safe locations guarded by his followers. And if those parts were then reassembled, he could be resurrected again, but before the 100-year time gap had to pass. So not only did he have that set up, he cursed Simon with his, like, dying breath. So that, I think the curse was that Simon would either turn into a vampire after a set amount of time passed, or he would just turn into some sort of ghoul or undead creature, or outright die after a few days of defeating Dracula. So, the entirety of Castlevania 2 is you, as Simon, going to all these locations where Dracula's body parts have teleported themselves to, reassembling them yourself, resurrecting Dracula, so that you can kill him and break the curse. Because the only way to break the curse would be defeating Dracula, but Dracula's fucking dead. So you have to resurrect him and kick his ass again. And this time, it breaks the curse and he stays down for 100 years. No other Belmont has ever had to deal with that. Sure, Richter was possessed by Dracula, but it was a quick thing. Like, he went in the castle, tried to fight him, lost the fight. Well, technically he didn't lose, but Dracula was not exactly down for an account just yet, caught Richter off guard, possessed him, and then a couple months later, Alucard had to come in and save his ass by beating the shit out of him and having Dracula stop possessing his body. Then Alucard killed Dracula for another good 100 years. Christopher Belmont, who is Simon's grandfather, had to defeat Dracula and then defeat his own son, Simon's dad, because his son got possessed by Dracula. But it wasn't like Richter's situation, where after Richter stopped being possessed, Dracula, due to having possessed him, managed to resurrect earlier than normal, and Alucard had to fight like an actual physical version of his dad again. With Christopher's son, it was more a case of Christopher had to fight his own son and defeat him, and then he banished Dracula's soul to hell, so Dracula didn't resurrect. He was just hitching a ride in the body of Simon's dad. I think that's how that goes. So, still kind of sucky, but still not as bad as killing the dude, getting cursed, having to go through all the effort of resurrecting him, only to have to kill him again. Considering this is literally the strongest supernatural entity in your universe, a dude that makes the devil himself shit his pants just by being, you know, mentioned, and you just killed him. You went through all this effort to kill him, and now you gotta bring him back to kill him again, because he decided to curse you before he died. Simon's had it rough. Simon May Cry would have to be a whole ass episode delving into the lore and timeline of Castlevania ancestors and successors to compare how much each suffered at the hands of Dracula. See if Simon truly is the one that suffered the most. Holy Resistance Potion. Do I have any Sacred Grapes in here? Whoopsies. I'm so glad you can't damage your own... I do. You can't damage your own structures and castle and whatnot, because otherwise I would destroy my own castle so many times just by accidentally fat-fingering weapon skills. It happens way more than you thought. Than you might think, I should say. Let me just dump all this crap where it belongs. Yeah, there you go. Alright, I got the Holy Resist Potion. We can teleport back to where we were, and we can go fight Solaris. Beat his ass. But for him, I'm going to use my usual loadout. Dracula's the one that's going to get the whip. For poetic justice. That's a whole ass video right there, indeed. Let's go. Do this. I'd use bat form, but bat form, you know, you're above the tree line, so there's no shade. You just get instantly sniped by the sun. Oh, you fucking fools. What did we learn today? Don't mess with the heavily armored vampire with the cursed greatsword in his hands. Exactly. Now go to your rooms and think about what you've done. Luckily, it got nighttime, so I can actually just... Whee! Oh, so you guys remember when I played Castlevania on stream? That whole rant I had about fleamen and how much I hate them, the little jumping dudes in Castlevania games that just hop at you, and you always gotta time your attacks to make sure they don't just hop over the attack and land on you and damage you. Little green dudes. Well, the Stunlock Studios, being the funny guys that they are, allow you to turn into one of those now. I am now my own worst nightmare. This replaces the frog form, because of course it does. It's a jumping thing. I am a flea man now. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm just conflicted. It's pretty funny though. I have to admit, it's pretty fucking funny. Also something new that didn't exist before. Spider form. This one has no cosmetics to it yet, but it's basically like a defensive stealth form. If you just like press space, you go underground and nothing can hit you. You're just there. And enemies kind of just they lose sight of you and eventually they might fuck off. So you can just burrow back out and get the fuck out. What do you mean? It's a little spoother dude. He's cute. Okay, he's not cute. I'm not gonna fucking be one of those people, but he's funny. He's not threatening. Although there are spiders that I find extremely fucking adorable. Not all of them, but several. Although I am biased because I like spiders in the general sense, even the ugliest ones, so... If you ask my mom, she'll just tell you that they're all evil incarnate and should be killed on sight, but she's an arachnophobe. She's biased on the opposite way. Alright, let's drink that fucking potion and go kill ourselves a paladin. There we go. I just stabbed myself in the face with my own sword, in case you guys didn't notice that. Because the sword showed up in my hand before the drinking animation was over, so I just stabbed myself in the face with a great sword. I need a new blood type. Because this one's running out. Hi, Solaris. Eat shit. And potentially die. Stop turning my game into a goddamn bullet hell, you asshole. Or continue, actually. It's kind of cool.
Taste true power.
An angel! Gotta kill it. Because as a wise man, as a very, very wise man that drives a very cool car once said, angels are dicks. So, sort of. Oh, you bastard. But I was fucking ran away from me. You know what? Fuck you. Gun. I missed. You dead? He is! Except, lol psych, plot twist. Wait, where the fuck did it go? Oh god, it's over there. It turns into a fallen angel when you kill it. Dick. Boom. Did I kill the angel? I did. Alright, Solaris, it's just you and me. You know what? Fuck you. Bloodstorm. Who's the fucking bullet hell generator now, dumbass? That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what Dracula does to you in his fight. The bullet storm thing. It's
I feel stronger.
Oh! Did this motherfucker just drop me in Apocalypse? He did! Okay, cool. I didn't even know that could happen. I thought they were like unique, but I guess you can get multiple of the same legendary. Cool, I just have a second Apocalypse. I'll just store it in the castle if anybody that plays with me in my world wants it at some point. Awesome. I guess, yeah, the quickest way to farm legendary weapons would be to just repeatedly kill these endgame bosses. Just farm them to hell and back, and do these. The second level rifts. They also have a chance to drop a legendary. But it's a very, very low chance. And they take longer than just coming here and beating the shit out of a boss, so. But alright, that's Solaris dead. Next up, this weird-ass Manticore-looking thing. The Talzur the Winged Horror. He's not as fun of a fight, personally. He's not bad. He's just, compared to Solaris or Dracula or even Adam himself, he's just, you know, a fire-breathing Manticore Chimera-looking thing. He doesn't really have much going for him. So, still cool though, because in order to fight him, you have to have bat form. You cannot get to his arena, or its arena, I should say, because I have no idea the gender of the animal. You can't get to its arena without bat form. It's 100% impossible to get up there without having bat form. I wonder if I'll be able to get there before daylight comes. Probably. Remember, it's over here. I should be able to. If I just fly in a straight line and with no deviations, I should be okay. It might get daytime while I'm fighting it, but we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, enjoy the view. Because I'm just going to be pressing W. That's all I'm doing. Just pressing W, flying forward. And hoping that my blood does not run out midair, because that'll be very bad. Like, it won't kill me. There's no fall damage in this game, because you can only jump in specific authorized locations, so to speak. But it'll force me to land, and then I'll be low on blood reserves, and if it gets too low, then I'll start taking damage just by existing. It's like I'm so hungry, my body's just breaking itself apart, and I have to drink someone. And bat form is probably the vampire power that drains blood the fastest, which is perfectly understandable. It's just something you gotta keep your eye on when you're using it. Can I fly over this mountain? Or am I gonna clip through it? Okay, no, I fly over it. Very cool. Very cool. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. I'll be fine. Just 350 sort of meters away. That's not too bad. Oh yeah, I might actually even be able to kill it before daytime comes. All things considered. But we'll see. Sean, what the fuck are you doing in Destiny? I'm kidding. But am I though? Hi, Talzur. Die. Bitch. I know you're not necessarily weak to fire at all, because you use Chaos Flame with your abilities, as you can see. But, fuck you. Okay? Ow. Bitch. Oh no. Stop carpet bombing me. You're not the United States of America in the Nam War. Fuck. Ow. Swing. Sir, could you not? Or ma'am? I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest with you. Do manticores even need a gender? Or do they reproduce asexually? Or are they just magically created? I think the legends differ a lot when it comes to that sort of animal. Same as the chimeras. Like, there's multiple different versions of the origin legend for these creatures. So who the fuck knows? See what the bullet hell mode does to it. Oh, motherfucker. Bad timing on my part. Damn. He just evaded my entire ultimate because he decided to fly up at that moment. God damn it. Fuck you, Talzur, you suck. He really do be hitting me with that carpet bombing. It's like napalm. Just covering the entire fucking arena. Fuck you. Oh my god. Fuck you. There we go. Stupid manticore scorpion tail piece of poop.
I feel stronger.
Did you drop a legendary? You dropped 3 Onyx Tears, which are technically a legendary item, but I no longer need those. So I just picked them up out of habit. Okay. That's Talzur done. Now next up, Adam. The firstborn. This game's version of the Frankenstein monster. Except he has lightning powers, which makes him 3 times more terrifying than the typical Frankenstein's monster. And he's super far away too, so I'm gonna TP. He's right there. I have to use a way gate, because otherwise it'll take for fucking ever to get up there. It's all good though. It's all good. Thankfully, I don't have to go to my castle to craft something to fight him, because I already have the. You do need an item to get into his arena, because there's like this electrical gate at the front that you can only go through. Well, if you have bat form, you can fly over, of of course. But if you don't, and you might fight Adam before you get bad form. Although I wouldn't recommend it. Unless you're doing some sort of masochistic challenge run, I wouldn't recommend it at all. But you need to, usually you need to use an item. Oh, fuck off. You need to use an item to... Never mind, the sun is rising anyway, so I'm just gonna wolf form it out. Assholes. They're getting on my nerves. Thank you, motherfuckers. As I was saying, you need a fucking item to get into the arena, because it's the place where the good old doctor. What's the doctor's name again? Dr. Henry Blackbrew. Yeah. The good doctor locked Adam away in an ancient lab of his castle thing, and fortified it with not one but 2 electrically powered gates. So you need to craft an EMP bomb to get inside the arena, typically. Actually, no, even with bat form. Like, sure, with bat form you can bypass the first gate by flying over it. But for the second gate, you do need to have an EMP. Otherwise, you're not going to be getting in, I think. I think there's actually a secret entrance to the side. What I think you can only, like, leave through it, not go in through it. It's like this little side hole. Oh my god, I left my fucking EMPs at... I left my EMPs at the castle, I forgot! But let's see. Let's see if I'm right about what I just said. So yeah, you can bypass the first gate. But the second one is right there. Can't bypass that. But if I'm lucky, I'll be right about that whole thing I said about there being a side entrance secret thingy. And we'll actually be able to get in without having to... sorry about that. Without having to go back to my castle and get the MPs that I left behind. Okay. Yeah, see, there's that hole. Can I get in through here? Son of a bitch! I can't. God fucking damn it.
My ethereal bond, come back to me.
Come on, Kalma. Let's go to the castle. It's faster if I ride you than if I go with wolf form. Oh fuck, I did not mean to click that. I wanted to press shift and my brain just decided that I was gonna click Q instead. Q is get off horse button. Dang it! So if anyone's wondering, Kalma is... What's the mythology again? It's a goddess of death, I believe. In some mythology, I don't know, I am not entirely sure anymore if it's ancient Mesopotamian. It's something, it's along those lines. It's one of those civilizations from around that time period in that specific portion of the world. And that's why I called my horse that.
Bend to my will. Return
Because
to
I'm
me,
unironically the edgiest person I know. Even if sometimes I don't look at... But even that is very rare. Holy fucking Christ, I'm so glad you're an undead immortal horse. That's... Actually, I just thought about something. If I wanted to do a Skyrim reference, I could call the horse Shadowmere. Because they even look kind of similar. Shadowmere, you know, is black fur, demon red glowing eyes, basically immortal. Because even if you kill it by falling from somewhere high up, it'll just respawn at the location where it died after like 3 in-game days. So you can just wait for 72 seconds in-game and just... It'll be there. Well, 72 seconds if you use the waiting function that Skyrim has. And just Elder Scrolls and Fallout games have in a general sense. Because... Owie. if you wait 72 seconds without using the wait function, that's just like 1 day
I will assert
Endgame.
my shadow calls for my mount.
There we go. Oh, wait. I went down when I should have gone up. I am a fucking dumbass. There we go. Now, where, oh, where? Is it here? No. Is it here? No. That's herbs. Am I blind? I might be. Okay, where in the name of all the gods that I don't believe in did I put my goddamn EMPs? Someone explaining that to me? I had like 3 of the fuckers on me. Whatever, I'm not gonna waste time looking for them. I could just make more! But not here. I have to go to the forge room, which I think is through here. Never mind, this brings me to the Church of Satan that I made. So it's gotta be the yellow one. There we go. Do I have anybody in here? No. I used to, but their blood type was very low purity, so I killed them. The fabricator needs iron and power cores. So where's this? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the material storage. I need iron ingots, and now I need to TP back to the fucking upstairs to go get the power cores from the alchemy room so I can craft more EMP thingamabobbers. Hi, buddy. Hi, Zeus. How's it going, puppy? Hi, Thor. Jesus Christ, puppy, calm the fuck down. Holy shit, I'm being attacked. Help. What? You're pulling on my headset again, dog. Don't do that. Jesus. Come on, chill. Sugatingi, sashibur. See? What is that on your nose? Why do you have a white dot on your nose, dog? You've been doing cocaine. Please don't. You're hyper enough as is. You're gonna break my goddamn controller. There. Now where was I? Oh yeah, TPing. Fucking dumbasses. Power cores. That's what I was doing here. Power cores. And back here we go. By the way, this one, Thor, the German Shepherd, he's like 7 months old, and he's as big as the 2-year-old Belgian Malinois over there. I feel like when he gets to that age, 2 years old, I'm gonna be able to ride him into battle. He's gonna be a fucking warg, like the giant wolves that the orcs ride in Lord of the Rings. But a lot prettier. Wargs are kind of fucking ugly. Where's the iron? There it is. Give me an EMP, and I'll be on me way. Cool. Could have sworn I had like 3 EMPs on me. Because you only use 2 to get inside Adam's arena. It's 1 for the outside gate, if you wanna, and 1 for the inner gate. But I have no clue where the fuck I put it. So confusing. Okay. So we have our EMPs, so let's just get the fuck out of here and go kill that stupid monster. There we go. What the fuck? Dumbasses. Oh, it's nighttime. I can actually use bed form. Let's go. 7 months. Yes. 7 months old. He turned 7 like this month, actually. On the 3rd, I believe. I went... No, I did not. I was gonna say I went too far. I didn't. I haven't gone far enough, if anything. So, there we go. We bypassed the first gate by flying over it, because fuck your rules. But now I do have to use the EMP. So, put it over there. Put it right there, and... blast it. It is an EMP bomb. So, you know, it doesn't just shut down electronics, it blows them the fuck up. Hi, Adam. Oh! I don't have to go activate the fucking lever to free you? You're already just out? That's handy. Less time that I spent doing it. I dodged your shit. Okay, wait. These things are annoying.
Away from me, worm!
You, sir, have the most annoying attacks out of any boss in this game. I do not consent to getting grabbed like this. I don't like being manhandled. Okay? He's gonna do it again. Oh, fuck. The shield.
As lightning obeys my command.
Go fuck yourself with your lightning. Also, from my kills against the Solaris and the Winged Horror, we can guess that I have soul shards as unique in this world of mine. Because they didn't drop their respective soul shards, because I already have them.
Now die!
So there's that doubt cleared. Ow!
You are no match!
Stop throwing me! Dick.
This is only a fraction of my power!
Oh, you got more voltage with this? Good. Gotta say though, right now, not impressed. Bullet hell!
I am as a god!
Right, he has a phase 2. I forgot he has a phase 2.
Yes, I can feel.
God damn it. You and your stupid lightning arm. Owie!
Witness perfection.
You call this perfection?
This is
Brother.
your best. Pathetic.
Oh, thanks. You saved me from your own attack. You're not very smart, are you? Dr. Henry Blackbrew gave you more brawn than brain, clearly. Whoa. So glad I was able to kill that one. Because that would have hurt. That would have hurt a lot.
You are no match for me.
Oh, he's doing the dive again. Fucker out here playing Helldivers. Ow. Okay, I was not in material for that one.
Witness perfection.
Aw, you cunt. Oh yeah, I dropped the C word.
Away from me, worm.
Motherfucker. There we go.
But I'm perfect.
Yeah, you're perfectly dead, bitch. Well, that's Adam. Adam came out
Knowledge
a
acquired.
while ago in the Gloomrot update. Oh no. I'm running out of blood. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Now that Adam's re-dead, we are actually, finally, gonna be dealing with Dracula himself. I wonder if I still... Normally, in order to get into his castle, you need to, like, go here and you need to have a key on you, which is an amulet that one of the bosses gives you. You don't need to have it equipped, but you need to have it in your inventory with you. And it's only thanks to that that you can enter Dracula's castle. However, since I've already killed him once, I don't know if I have to have that thing on me again, or if I'm free to just go there and walk in normally. I'm gonna try and going there and walking in normally. Yeah, Adam is basically this universe's version of Frankenstein monster, except he has lightning powers on top of being, you know, an amalgamation of machine and body parts. I'm assuming that if they could have, they would have gotten like the rights to use the actual Frankenstein's monster. But I think, I'm not entirely sure, don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% sure, but I think that Frankenstein's rights aren't public domain anymore. Or at least they never actually were allowed to fall into public domain, not like Dracula. Dracula has been in the public domain for almost 200 years, which is why so many different companies can come up with their own version of the character. Because Bram Stoker's version, which is like, you know, the basis concept for the character, is completely free for anybody to use for their own purposes. You can only copyright your own unique version of Dracula. So, you know, Castlevania Dracula is copywritten because it's that specific version of Dracula. But I think Frankenstein's monster isn't on public domain because I think Mary Shelley's descendants have, like, over the years, like, renewed ownership of the rights. I think. I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong about this. So instead of, you know, putting in actual Frankenstein, they gave us Adam. If I am wrong, though, it was genuinely just a case of not wanting to use the actual monster, because then it might limit them creatively. So they just created a creature that's, in concept, the same type of thing, but they put their own spin on it. Right, so I'm gonna go here and pray that I find a Draculian enemy, you know, a cultist or a demon of some kind, or a vampire, with a decently high blood purity level. Because I'm fucking... Soon I'm gonna start taking HP damage from thirst. I need to guzzle down something. Y'all suck. I'm gonna start just heading towards Dracula's castle. No biggie. Could you not? You're literally being attacked by a fucking gigantic militia guy. Dude's like 7'8". Y'all suck as well. Very shitty Draculian percentages. Oh, no, it's a 5%. Never mind. It's not as high as I thought it was gonna be. Oh yeah, if you had to, like, put Adam from V-Rising against traditional Frankenstein's monster, Adam would fucking clap his cheeks. Okay, bye, Metzley. You didn't know about this game? Honestly, I recommend. It's a very, very, very good indie game to try out if you like vampires and werewolves and that sort of gothic horror stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this. Where was it? I saw a guy with... Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this Paladin's blood type. He's got the funny number, level 30. I need it. I am 12. Fuck you. My feeding is on cooldown. There. Oh. Allergies. Fucking with me. There we go. It's not as high as I wished, but it's funny number blood purity. So we're going with it. Fuck this cultist. Now, let's see if I can indeed just waltz into Dracula's castle without having the key on me. Because I don't have the key on me, do I? I do not. Yeah. Probably put it somewhere in my castle. Just for safekeeping. Oh, 47% blood purity. Not bad. But... man, y'all gargoyles really need to chill the fuck out and leave me alone. Like, you got chance. What do you expect? What do you think's gonna do? Die. I said die. See? Look at that. Anyway. Oh yeah, the building system is pretty good. It's very simple, but you can make it complex the way you build, and the decoration system is very good. Okay, no, I do need to get the blood key. Okay, so I'll just fly to this way gate and go TP to my character castle and get the key. Oh god, it's daytime. I did not notice that. Land. Yeesh. We'll form our way up to the way gate that I came in from. No good blood purities. Nothing. I just want like a 90-something% Draculian blood type that I can actually dominate and trap in my home in the fucking jail cell. So I can have a constant source of Draculian blood type, because it's a very good blood type. But usually, and I'm pretty sure the game does it on purpose, usually the enemies with the highest purity of Draculian blood type are demons or monsters that you can't use the dominate mind spell on. You can only do it to like humans or humanoid creatures. Like the succubus looking demon chicks. You can dominate them and keep them for their blood. But I've never found one that actually was worth keeping. I think the highest I've ever had was 50-something% blood purity, or 60-something% blood purity. Now, where the fuck would my blood key be? Maybe here? In my most prized possession? No, it's not. Maybe here. In the jewel storage. No, it is not. Ooh, I might have given it to one of my servants, because it is just an amulet that you can wear and gives you good stats. Let me see. No, you have a normal one. The fuck is... I forget what this second structure I have is. Genuinely. I don't remember what the fuck I built there. Unless Sean was the one that built something there just to get through the tutorial, which might have been the case. But I'm gonna go check. Just real quick, and then I'll come back. And I gotta go to my Church of Satan, because that's where all the servant coffins are. I know, right? So realistic, dude. Like, don't like the fact that it's a fantasy game fool you. It's, you know, very realistic. You gotta go through the whole fucking house to look through shit. In case you forget where it is. Okay, yeah, no, it was just... Sean built a little shit shack just to get through the tutorial quests. Gotcha. I might repurpose this land, though, to build something. In Pokey's world, the same thing happened. Sean joined the server a bit later, so he had to, like, just build a little shit shack somewhere to go through the tutorial quests, and we then repurposed the territory that he had taken over into our prison, and now we just have a big-ass jail built there for different blood types. Renfield, no. Is it Orson that has the blood key? Maybe. It is. Sorry, Orson. I'm gonna have to steal that from you real quick. I'll give it back later. Bye. Yeah, dudes, I just have... This is the closest I'll ever get to feeling like an American millionaire. It's like, I forgot I own like a third house in LA. Shit, forgot about that. Blue. Yeah, blue brings me closer to the teleporter. So I can waygate my ass over to Dracula's castle so that we can get the final reckoning. There we go. Okay. This time I'm gonna summon Kalma though, just to make it to the door faster without having to deal with
Bend to my
paladins
from beyond,
or cultists
return
or
to my
demons.
side.
Alright, Kalma, let's fucking go. Onwards, mighty steed. Any decent blood purities? No! Y'all suck. And your mom's swallow. Fucking got him. Now run before they hit me. Because they're bound to have been upset by that. And you guys all have really shitty blood purity. What the fuck are you doing with yourselves? How unhealthy is your lifestyle? The guards are dead. Cool. Alright. We're in. Dracula's castle looks like shit. But don't worry about it. It gets better. Let's just immediately swap to the whip. So that we don't forget. Now we travel to the Shadow Realm, where we're going to meet all the Yu-Gi-Oh characters that have ever been sent there.
The scent of a bloodkin. You wield a fraction of my power, don't you?
Gotta say, they gave us like the most badass way to enter the boss room possible. You know, you go into Dracula's castle, it's all decrepit and shit because it's, you know, the physical castle itself has been destroyed and weathered down by years of just being abandoned. But in the in the Shadow Realm, which acts as a sort of limbo dimension that exists mirroring the normal world, the castle is perfectly fine, because Dracula is in here. So he's keeping it, you know, looking nice. But you come in here through a portal, and the first thing you do to get to where Dracula is just front flip over the inside balcony and land on the throne room carpet, just to make your way forward so you can face off against Dracula. They gave it to us. It's like you're gonna feel like you're him.
My legion stands ready for my return.
Now,
I will not tolerate this delay.
you ain't gonna tolerate shit, Dracula. Fuck yourself. Ow.
Kneel to my dominion.
How about no? Not a fan of being on my knees, I'm gonna be honest with you.
There is no escape from your fate. You will learn to obey.
Dude, I've already killed you once. Like, well, see what I mean? Like the normal colored fire, that's from the Morning Star, the Belmont whip. Ow, 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 ow. Fuck, I didn't have my dodge. It's gonna hurt.
Kneel and die. I am the ghost of your fears.
You're a bitch. Stop throwing fucking blood bats at me, you asshole. Ow.
On your knees.
I told you, I don't like being on my knees. It hurts my knees.
You
Stop
are
it.
a shadow.
Oh yeah, phase
an
2. Let's
imitation.
go.
This is what it means to be king.
What? A demonic entity that throws baby tantrums? That's what it means to be king? Because that's kind of cringe. Woo!
This is the end.
It is. I'm gonna...
Flee from your inevitable demise!
I need to... Ow, 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 ow. Give. Stop it. You dick. You know what? Fuck you.
Run!
Blood Bullet Storm 2. Who's got the better Blood Bullet Storm, you asshole? That's what I thought.
I hunger for vengeance. The ground weeps sangria tears.
Hunger for vengeance. Have you thought that maybe you're just hungry? You tried eating a Snickers bar, dude? Ow! Okay, fine. Just a suggestion. Ow, ow, ow. I might actually lose this. I might actually die here. Dracula's fucking tough. And I'm not used to fighting with the whip. Oh no. I'm dead. Am I though? Wow.
My superiority eclipses kneel and die.
Oh no. I am. Yeah, that was 100% just. I was not gonna live through that. That was death. That's what that was. Hold on, let me see something. Do I have any more? No, I do not. That's fine though. That's fine. I got this. I got this. Kings are indeed famous for their tantrums. I mean, look at Henry VIII. Wah! The church doesn't let me get rid of my wife because, you know, it's against God.
Uninvited guest.
Time to invent
Welcome
divorce by
to
decapitation.
My realm of eternal night.
Alright, bitch boy. Let's go again. Round 2. Come at
My
me.
first challenger in eons, bearing just a hint of my power. Let us see how you wield it.
Bitch.
Grovel before your king.
I don't wanna... Again.
A
Like
vortex of
being on my knees or anything remotely similar to that. There we go. Ha. Use a bitch.
There is
Pretty
no
cool.
escape from your fate.
Okay, this went a lot
An
better.
imitation.
This first phase went
This
a
is
lot
what it
better than
means
last time.
to
Last
be
time I had already
betrayed.
lost a chunk of HP because I got caught by that fucking
Endless
AoE that he
hatred.
does.
In the mist unseen.
Actually, don't remember. In multiplayer, breaking these crystals is one of the things you need to do to get rid of the
In the end,
debuff that he applies to you and your teammate.
drown in hatred.
But in single player, I don't remember what the fucking crystals. It's probably a good idea to just kill them. My dude, you have anger issues. That's all I'll say. Ow.
Feel the bloodstorm's tide. Flee from your inevitable demise.
Uh-oh. No. Can I smack him? I can.
Run, little devil.
Fuck you, I can do that too. Now what?
Crave to taste your blood.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Bitch. Got him.
No. Impossible. Defeated
Nice greetings.
by my own power.
Yeah. Sucks, doesn't
There
it?
could be no other way.
It is very classic, like, Metroidvania style fight, in the sense that it's just a gigantic fucking bullet hell. I think they translated that feel very well into a 3D environment. There! That was Dracula. Stunlock Studios just... I'd stand up, but the camera then would cut me off. Because I would do a standing ovation, but it's just not logistically very nice right now. But I fucking love the way they implemented this whole thing. The full release of V-Rising could... It actually... I was already super hyped for this. And it still exceeded my expectations. They gave me everything I wanted for the full release and more. And just... One thing though, where are my wings? I killed Dracula, I took his power. Where are my black demon wings? Huh? Where's my cool demon transformation? Huh? Where is it? I want it. Let me see if it gives me the end of game screen. Because when you kill Dracula for the first time, it gives you like an end of game screen with your character's name. Let me see if it does it again. TP back home. Ah, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, that's fine though. But basically what it says is that like... Oh, this is... I'm paraphrasing quite severely here, but what it says is effectively like, oh, you've managed to defeat Dracula and proven your superiority over all of vampire kind and over even just every force in Vardaran. So go forth, insert your character's name here, and something about like ruling or something like that. Dude, I would buy that. I had money saved up on purpose for the Castlevania cosmetic pack, and as soon as that shit came out, I was on it. If they announced like a sort of demon form cosmetic, even if it's not like an actual transformation, it's literally just something you equip as a skin, like with the transmog slots, I'd buy it. Yes, I would put money into that. I don't care. I would do that. There we go. I beat the shit out of Dracula with the Morning Star for poetic justice. The only thing I didn't do was show you the level 2 rifts, but that was also not important. I prioritized the bosses and showing you the weaponry and stuff. The rift incursions of level 2 are basically the same as level 1, except the bosses have like an extra mechanic or so. Something like that. It's not much different. And they drop better loot, effectively. But yeah, that was effectively summed up, of course, but effectively the end game of V-Rising. You start the game as a shitty fucking weak-ass vampire that just woke up after gods know how many centuries sleeping, with no powers, almost, no nothing, and then you can build yourself up to being... Well, this, like, hold on, I gotta show off here a sec. It's like, Dracula needs to get on my level. My level. Exactly. Same thing, same issue. Like, does it affect gameplay? Not really. Do you need it? Not really. But do you need it? Yeah, you kinda do. That's how I felt about the Castlevania DLC. I was like, I can cosplay Alucard, transform into Flea Man instead of a frog, have Alucard's White Wolf form, and have Maria as the human form, plus all the castle cosmetics for decoring my castle. Like, best $20, honestly. Best $20. The Morning Star used the exactly. Still funny that they call the vampire killer, like, the alternative name for it is the Morning Star, considering, you know, Morning Stars were flails. This is literally a whip. Flails had, you know, much shorter chains and much longer handles, because they were also meant to be used two-handed a lot of the time, because they were heavy. But it is technically like it's just a very long one-handed Morning Star, so I'm not arguing with it. This is funny to me. I do still prefer to call it the Vampire Killer. Oh yeah, same. Especially if those DLCs are just like cool cosmetics. I basically own every cosmetic pack from V-Rising except one, which is the Founders Pack, which costs a bit more. It's a bit more expensive than the average DLC pack. But it gives you a skin for your bear form, your wolf form, and it gives you a few extra accessories for character customization when you're making the character or when you interact with the mirror to change your appearance. But that's the only pack I don't own yet, because I will eventually buy it too, because these guys deserve all the fucking love they get. Oh wait, Dredge has DLC? Nice! An ice archipelago. Oh, you're totally not gonna be, thawing out some eldritch horror from under there. Not at all. Why would you? Why would that ever happen? Now, before I forget, before I sign off, because that's that for the final V-Rising stream. I killed Dracula with the Vampire Killer after beating the shit out of Simon Belmont with a normal legendary whip, normal like epic whip, the fucking artifact whip, which was just kind of disrespectful if I'm being honest, but it was funny. So, who cares? And I showed you guys the cool new bosses, most of the cool new items and stuff. So, let me actually swap the location of the weapon storage to here, so I can, yeah, there. Sort. Okay, yeah. And now, before I sign off, I just want to go give my servant the blood key back for his loadout. Orson, get back here. I gotta give you your ship back. Craven, you need some love. I've been neglecting you. There it is. All right, you can fuck off and go about your business. Whoop. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool, actually. That's really cool. A different kind of horrifying. The horrifying of you underestimated the power of nature. So now you're just fucked. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially considering, like, the stuff they already had, like Solaris, for example, the leader of the Paladins. The way the fight works now is basically the same as it did before the full release. I think the only difference is the shield that he does when he summons the angel for the first time. He used to not do that. He used to just summon the angel and continue fighting you. So you could actually just kill him before you even killed the angel. Then the angel will just despawn, I think. Or did you actually have to kill it before? I don't remember anymore. It's been a while. But they added that shield section, so he's shielded, attacking you, and he spawns the angel, which makes the fight a bit harder, but in a fun way. I'm pretty sure Adam, before the full release, didn't have a second phase. It was just like, when he got low HP, he would get that lightning arm and start using more lightning spells. But he didn't have a second phase where you have to, like, kill him fully once, and then he gets a bit of HP back to fight again. That's also new. And all the bosses are just a visual spectacle, and yet they still managed to blow it out of the water with Dracula. Also, I just remembered something else I wanted to show before going off, which is the soul shards themselves. Because again, they give different ults. This is the soul shard of the winged horror, so, the manticore thing. And yeah, the soul shards can only be stashed in their respective pedestals. The pedestal of the monster for Adam, the pedestal of the winged horror for the manticore thing. I always forget its name. Talzur. And the pedestal of Solaris for Solaris, obviously. I can't show you that one because it's on Sean, and he's in his coffin, and I can't take shit from him while he's in his coffin, but that's fine. And then you can make the pedestal of Dracula for Dracula's soul shard. But I'm not going to make it because I'm permanently wearing it. So, no point. But let me show you the others. I'll show you the... show Adam's
feel the ancient
soul shard
power.
first. It's very fucking cool. Just, yeah, see, you basically do to others what he does to you. Just call down a massive lightning storm around you for a few seconds. Does very good damage. Sometimes it spreads out a bit too much, though, sadly. I've come to notice that. Like, the enemies will be all super grouped up around you, and you'll call down the lightning blasts, and the first few will hit the enemies, but then the blasts start spreading out, so they'll start missing. So, that's the only issue I have with that ult. I wish it tracked a bit more, in terms of, you know, enemies. And now,
Yes.
83
I will
seconds.
embrace this power.
Just, you know, that's a minute, 20 seconds for the ult to come back, so I can show you the ult that Talzor gives you with his soul shard. Orson, what the fuck are you doing here? Back to the castle. Unless you're here to, like, fix the fountain or something. Not that it needs. It's fine. Also, yeah, this blood fountain is from the Castlevania DLC cosmetics. It's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. Alright, just 40 more seconds for the ult to come back. Renfield, stop standing on the grave. That's disrespectful. Never mind the fact that there's nobody buried here. It's just where I spawn skeletons and spirits and ghouls for me to kill to farm their materials. But still, get the fuck off the grave. That's fucking rude. Dick. Okay, 12 seconds. And I'll have the ult to show. I'll target one of these practice dummies. 'Cause you can actually... This is also new. This didn't exist before the full update. You can actually do damage tests. See how much damage your build is doing here. Alright, so... Basically, you press T, and you pick a location to teleport to, and when you teleport to that location, you cause a massive Chaos Flame explosion. And it activates it gives you like a minor form of... No, it's not a minor form. It's the same as if you had used this ability. It gives you Power Surge after you teleport. As if you had activated the normal version of Power Surge. Does a shit ton of damage as well. Let me put that back. And now, well, Dracula's...
I will take this power for my own.
Dracula's ult, you've seen it multiple times because I've used it several times against several different enemies. So, out of the church, back into the room, and to my coffin I go until the next time I feel like playing this game on my off time. It's been a while. But yeah, that was it for the endgame portion of V-Rising. This is probably the last stream I'll do on the game, at least for a while. Because I think it's... A full series of this game wouldn't really work. Not on stream, at least. Because... It's a slow game. It's a survival game. So a lot of the gameplay is just going out, getting materials, coming back, building shit, so that you can go out, get more rare materials, so that you can upgrade yourself and fight bosses and stuff. The bosses are the best part, obviously, and the combat itself is very fun, but that is like maybe 40% of the gameplay. The other 60 is the actual survival game elements. So it would be a bit boring to watch as a stream, which is why we never really leaned into me doing an actual, like, full-blown series of this, start to finish, going through all the bosses in a sequence, which is, like, one showing the beginning, one showing, like, the halfway point after the full update came out, so I could show off some of the new stuff, and now this one showing off the endgame stuff that you can look forward to should you decide to play this game, which I do recommend. This game is amazing, and you'd be supporting an indie studio that is getting bigger, but still very much indie. I'm pretty sure the V-Rising team collectively does not reach 100 people. It's like 50 tops. It might be 40-something people that worked on V-Rising, which is already, you know, huge for an indie studio, but compare that to a AAA game that has a bigger fucking crew than most Hollywood movies, with fucking staff numbering in the hundreds. It is an incredible achievement that 50-something, 40-something people made this good of a game. Yeah, we should. We really should. Then again, that's kind of what we do when we do deep dives. It's pick a short indie game that we really think it's worth going through. That wouldn't be a tiresome stream. Oh, you do not want... If we start Baldur's Gate 3 on stream, oh my gods. Because, you know, I don't play enough of that game already. I need more excuses to play more of that game. I was playing that game before I started streaming. So, anyway. Yeah, that's it for me, and that's it for V-Rising, at least for now. If Sunlock does indeed add more to the game in the future, you'll definitely have me back showing it, because I will be on that like a dog on meat. But for now, and for the foreseeable future at least, V-Rising from me ends here. And, yeah. That'll be it for me for today. Oh, dude, I'm down. Fucking co-op playthrough. Shitty, funny shenanigans ensue. I'm 100% down with that. Down to clown. Oh, boy. Knowing Vasco, he's probably gonna be the fucking murder hobo of the group. We'll be trying to talk to an NPC and he'll just walk up behind it and shank it with a knife. But yeah. Check out our Discord, first of all. We've been more active there recently, and we intend to keep it that way. We got a fun community there built up. Check out our website. Roxy worked her ass off making our new website, and it's pretty fucking good. Check out our YouTube, because we have a YouTube too now. Well, we always had one, but instead of just streams and stream highlights, we are also posting other stuff there. So check that out. And all of our socials, the links are beneath me. Not figuratively speaking as in, oh, I'm too important for that shit. No, they're literally beneath me. If you like scroll down a little bit, they'll be there. And yeah, that is it. Tune in next week for probably a dev stream by someone, one of us. Not entirely sure who yet, but next week it's probably going to be a dev stream of our work on Droyan, our beautiful retro Metroidvania sci-fi horror game that's going to be coming out soon, TM. And yeah, that'll be it from me for today. I'll catch y'all next time I stream again with our cycling streaming. And thank you all for coming and watching me beat the shit out of Dracula with a whip. And beat the shit out of Simon with a whip. And beat the shit out of Manticore, a Frankenstein monster lookalike, and a paladin with a big-ass flaming sword. It was fun. Hope it was as fun for you as it was for me. Except beneath me. I type every web address. Whenever I want to watch a YouTube video, I memorize the URL and I write all the weird numbers and symbols that it shows. Oh, it's probably going to be Pixel Boy, Rick. Alright, cool. So that's probably what we're going to get next week. Pixel Boy streaming some dev work. But yeah, that'll be it for me. I will see you guys next time. Stay evil. Not too evil. Chaotic neutral. Stay chaotic neutral. Do that. Nah, thank you for coming. Bye-bye.